Welcome to another episode of The Wonderful World of Wonder Woman. I'm Paul,
I'm Mark.
and tonight we have something a double feature
Double
of
feature
sorts.
of sorts, yes. So we'll be reviewing two episodes of Wonder Woman tonight. Episode 14, called Screaming Javelin, and episode 15, Diana's Disappearing Act. In episode 14, Screaming Javelin, megalomaniac Marion Mariposa is putting together a dream team of athletes to represent Mariposalia in the next Olympics. He does this by kidnapping them and threatening their loved ones. Diana Prince fails to protect Russian defector Nadia Samara, but inspires Mariposa to use her as bait to lure Wonder Woman into his clutches. So, this fine production stars, as always, Linda Carter as Diana Prince / Wonder Woman, Lyle Wagner as Colonel Steve Trevor Jr., Henry Gibson as megalomaniac Marion Mariposa, Robert Sampson as Bo Taggart, an assassin hired by Mariposa.
Bo.
Melanie Chartoff as the aforementioned Nadia Samara, the defecting gymnast. Rick Springfield in a very early role, playing Tom, her boyfriend who wants to marry her.
Chili sees The Exorcist.
Yeah, exactly. E.J. Peeker as Lois Taggart, who starts the episode as an annoying woman that sits with Diana on the airplane to L.A., but ends up being the assassin's wife, and an assassin in her own right.
Yes, and a Barbara Eden stunt double.
Roger Callard as Bill, the guy, the giant Olympic athlete who loves his mommy.
Big, beefy Bill.
Yes. And then we have the twins, the Kearney twins, Beth and Kay, as the twins, who are Mariposa's
answer to the Landers sisters.
Yeah, or Thumper and Bambi and Thumper from James Bond, kind of like his sort of bodybuilder assistants, but also give him massages.
What about Buck?
This one was written by Brian McKay, who I believe
the name sounds familiar.
is a writer of Wonder Woman, who we really like, and he's an executive producer of Wonder Woman. I guess sometimes even the best writers have a really, really, really bad day.
Yeah, this was a really bad day for everyone involved, including us.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name? What was the Mariposa?
Marion Mariposa.
What's the actor's name?
Henry Gibson. Henry. I believe he was in Laughing.
Oh, okay. Because I always get him confused with the guy that played Dr. Shrinker. I try with these episodes to, not dwell on the negative and dwell more on the positive. The positive for this episode was it doesn't have the layer from all the other episodes.
Correct.
And it has Marlon Brando's hairpiece from Superman.
Yes.
And plus, I can't stand Rick Springfield, so I got nothing, dude. This episode was awful.
This is another, for me, what should have been a great episode.
Yeah.
but they made the wrong choice in actor and the wrong portrayal of the villain.
Mhm.
So if we do it on paper,
Mhm.
so we have a megalomaniac man who runs a very small country, who wants to have his presence known in the world, very, very small man who does things to try to win awards he doesn't deserve to make himself a bigger name in the world.
Has really bad hair.
Yeah. So had they made him a true, your classic dictator ruler, um, it would have made more sense. I don't remember, maybe you can tell us in the comments. I don't know if Olympians can play for a country that's not theirs. I believe someone just did. I believe somebody from America was able to play for China or Korea because she's of Korean descent or Chinese descent. I can't remember. So but I don't know of anybody that would be of Mariposian descent or how they could claim that. So I'm not sure how his plot actually works by putting together a winning team. But the fact that they really, really pushed the unfortunate stereotypes in
Yes,
this
there are some
episode
stereotypes in
really
this episode
bad.
that, yeah,
But it ruins the plot.
Yeah.
Making him as it says in one of the other descriptions for this episode, the flamboyant dictator. It doesn't make sense. Now, what was interesting, what I would have done is, so his first name is Marion, and throughout the episode, there's pictures of John Wayne.
yeah, that was
And
pretty
so,
funny.
yeah, so I'm like, so why didn't they make him kind of a loser prince who wants to be John Wayne and decides to do this? Like, make his character where he's like an Arnold Horseshack type of guy who wants to be like big on the scene. Anything but the way they portrayed him.
Yeah.
Anything but this.
Yeah.
He has that annoying evil laugh, as does everyone who works for him.
Yeah.
So the twins do the laugh. The wife of Lois Taggart, the female assassin, eventually does the laugh when he asks her about her idea for a plot.
Yeah.
And she holds the feather, the flower from her hair, and she does the evil laugh.
Right. Like if you think about Austin Powers.
Yes.
Austin Powers, Dr. Evil has that laugh, which is totally played for yucks.
Yeah.
And works.
Yes.
And it's not annoying. But in this case, since they played it straight,
yeah,
it's awful. It's unbearable.
The actress playing Nadia was awful.
Yeah.
She could do, and I know she's a better actress than that. She's been in other stuff. But the fact that all Nadia does is cry during the episode, it's like, just go back to Russia. I'm not really sure how she defected, given how helpless she was the whole episode.
Yeah.
Like, I would have made, again, poor choice in character development. I would have made her a tough defector who was strong and
and I'm pretty sure, like, especially back then, say if you defected from Russia back then, like a year later, you're not just going to be wandering the streets,
right?
We wanted you for a specific reason.
Correct. We helped you defect.
Yeah.
She'd have an American trainer. She'd have security. I mean, they could have just gotten Nadia Comaneci to do it. Because, that would have been great. Because I had the biggest crush on Nadia Comaneci as a kid. She was so hot.
Who didn't?
And she was tough as nails.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a stupid. And then, excuse me. And then Rick Springfield as Tom is just a weak-willed, milk-toasty.
There's no need for him in the show at all.
Yeah, other than they have to have someone to threaten. A family member to threaten.
You got this job because you're the bait. You're the helpless.
Yeah, he's helpless. Yeah, he's totally helpless. And so the only two good things I have to say about the episode were, I did think it was cool when Wonder Woman goes up against the two assassins. She runs out in the hallway after them. And then they come flying back. I mean, really flying back. Yeah. They did a really good job after the debacle of the opening scene.
Yeah.
With the terrible filming of that.
Yeah.
They did such an awesome job with. I mean, that that woman looked like she got thrown clear across the hallway.
And they weren't dummies either.
No,
These
they
were
weren't. No,
stunt
these were
people.
actually stunt people. So that was cool. And of course, as always, we had the return of her real arch nemesis, Chloroform.
And I think that's very wonderful.
Moving onward to episode 15, Diana's Disappearing Act. Presto Changeo, a magician's trick that transforms lead into gold, threatens the global economy. Who is this man, you ask? Count Caligostro.
Stay away from me. There's a bomb in here.
He's a magician, a stage magician, who also seems to like Tesla coils a lot. He's
How else you got to turn lead into gold?
right. Well, that's what he does. So he does turn lead into gold, albeit temporarily. And an example of his work gets smuggled out by one of his, I think, like a competitor, is sent to Diana Prince to reveal that the gold turns into lead. But the Count basically has all of his accomplices try to get the locket back from Diana before it's discovered. His trick is discovered. So
Yes.
he's hoping that he's now perfected it so that it stays gold long enough that he can run away with all the money from the oil emir. And then our cast for this one, starring the usual suspects, of course. Well, Lyle Wagner's in it, Linda Carter's in it.
No joke.
No Joe. No, of course. We love Joe. So Count Caligostro is played by Dick Gautier, who I know as the voice of Serpentor in the G.I. Joe cartoon. That's what he's most famous
Yes.
for. So he also did Hot Rod in the Transformers movie. So, and I believe in the TV show too. So I know him more as a voice actor.
Hence why he could hold that accent.
Correct, the whole episode, yeah. And then the national, I don't know what you call it, treasure, but the national worth a little bit more, Ed Begley Jr.
What national debt?
Yeah, as Harold Farnham, who also plays a character who knows Diana Prince, has had adventures with her in the past, knows she's a spy, almost blows her cover, and then weasels his way at the Magician's Symposium to try to help her bust Count Caligostro. J.A. Preston as Jazreel, who is a magician who ends up kidnapping Diana, and he works for Caligostro. Alan Williams is Dr. Hutchins, who is a member of Diana's team, who's trying to figure out why the necklace is so important. Arahan Ipate as the Emir, Brenda Benet as Morgana Le Fay, literally. S. Pearl Sharp returns as Eve, Steve's the spy secretary.
Which I was really hoping was going to happen, rather than just have her relegated to one episode because they needed a throwaway character. So I'm glad she's back.
Yep, me too. And she does a lot of work in this episode. Finally, unfortunately, we have Peter DePaula and the only single named woman, Kathleen, as the two mimes.
After the disaster that was the episode before, the Javelin episode, this one, I don't know whether it was by comparison
right,
or that it was just a good episode, but I liked this episode. I just don't understand why Hollywood, the Magic Factory, why in movies and TV, when they have magicians and they have plenty of money for like the tricks and the special effects, are they like they're at this big conference for magicians, but I didn't even know it was a thing, but apparently it is. because I'm not a magician.
Right.
Like it's always like a dude, pulling a dove out of a hat.
Mhm.
It's never anything like really, really, really cool. But that aside, I liked it. I thought it was a
Mhm.
good episode. I liked the Cagliostro character. I do have something I wasn't thinking about watching it, but I was thinking about it while I was in the bathroom. Don't ask.
Okay.
Okay, so Wonder Woman alludes to the fact that she fought Napoleon. She in the previous episode she
Yep.
talks about
Yep.
because dude's a little guy,
And
so
she's angry, and I
Yeah.
haven't. Yeah, and I haven't
And-
been this angry in 400 years.
and then she mentions in
This episode.
this episode that she had dealings with the original Count Cagliostro, but she canonically did not leave Paradise Island to go to Man's World until the pilot episode of the series.
Right. I didn't catch that.
Neither did I
You
until
are
I was in the bathroom.
Until you're in the bathroom. That's correct. That's
I get why they do it because
or
to show that she's an immortal,
right.
but it doesn't work.
No. No, it would work if on Paradise Island they were all aware of Man's World
Mm-hmm.
and had a way to watch the history of Man's World. And she
Mhm.
learned it.
But she
So
had
what they-
direct dealings with
Yes, that's right. But yeah, it doesn't make sense. But even on Paradise Island, they're not really even aware of Man's World.
Yeah.
So I
them.
mean,
Both
yeah,
of them are not.
yeah. So that's you're right.
Yeah.
That is a bad.
But we did get the return of the lair.
Yes, the lair returned, redressed, and switched cameras on this side. So normally it's portrayed over here. Now it was this way.
Yeah, it looked good. It had all the Tesla coils and
Yes,
everything
yeah.
going. I didn't mind that so much. I like the fact that it's more than just like Wonder Woman, like busting regular criminals.
Right.
I like when there's some level of like a power match almost. 'Cause, even though he was a magician,
Right.
there was at least some kind of superpower or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
For the
He's sort of
villain.
a mad scientist too.
Yeah.
This to me was as comic booky as the last episode in its plot. We have a megalomaniac villain. We have a over the top kind of comic book plot.
Mhm.
And it works because Caligostro is a formidable villain.
Yeah.
He's not an idiot. He doesn't do it for laughs. He does the accent seriously.
Yeah.
His henchmen are minus the mimes.
Mimes.
Are all they work. They're all
Yeah.
serious. Everyone's serious. And so this episode didn't treat the plot and the villain like a joke.
No.
Even though it could, easily could have been making fun of people who like magic and things like the magicians. But
Which is the direction I would have taken.
right, it's like opposite. Like this episode should have been the funny one.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it wasn't because it really does work.
Yeah.
Um,
And there was even the bit at the end with Morgana Le Fay,
yeah,
where there is that little bit of sisterhood thing when she realizes that Cagliostro loves gold more than anything,
yes,
even
that-
her.
Yep.
And so she kind of turns on him and helps Wonder Woman.
Yep.
So I was hoping they would do that.
And they did.
And they did. So
Yeah. No, I thought it was done really well. I was able to suspend my disbelief. I like I said, a firm comic book story. Because as always, the mad scientist has some sort of cover, which doesn't quite make sense with his mad scientistness. So, I think that worked great. And I guess technically he is doing a sleight of hand. So he's able to, by his process, creates fool's gold. And
Yeah.
so that technically is a sleight of hand as
Yeah.
well. So, yeah, I just, again, why did they have to hire a comedian and make a joke out of it? Were they trying to make Mariposa the Riddler? I don't know, but it failed. And this guy, he doesn't have an evil laugh. He doesn't, he's very serious. He, he would make a better recurring villain.
Yeah.
If they had really planned that than Mariposa did.
Mhm.
So yeah, I like this one a lot better.
Whatever.
I also like the fact that it was topical. So this is 1978.
Yeah.
The fact that the United States gets involved because they're worried about OPEC raising the oil prices,
Yep.
and they're just doing it out of greed to have the gold. Um, and so I kind of like Caligostro that way. I mean, he is, if the original was a con artist and a self-styled magician and alchemist who fooled courts. And so I kind of like that he's sort of an anti-hero too. He's I mean, yeah, he's trying to make money for himself, but he's also fooling these powerful, because he says you're just doing this you're going to ruin the entire world's economy to line your homes with gold.
Yeah.
And
Who
so
would do that?
who would yes
Who would line their house
yes,
with
who
gold
would put gold decorations up while the people starve?
and ruin the economy
Right.
of a major
country.
power?
Yeah, who would do that?
What kind of person would do that?
Yes, yes. Clearly, in the 70s, it was evil oil emirs.
Yes.
In
In reality, in today's world, it's just
Yeah.
clowns.
7 Sound.
So thank God we watched. We always we've lucked out so far with Wonder Woman
Yeah.
that when we think we can't do a show because the episode was so bad, and we don't want to have a negative show, but at least we always get bailed out by episode 2.
Yeah.
So thank God
Yeah.
so far.
Because we had Chinese for dinner,
Yeah,
and we're both sitting on the couch, had a cup of Cafe Bustelo, and we're just like,
yeah. The first episode, we're like,
we got to watch another episode.
we can't. If we try to film, it would just be us two asleep at the table. That episode sucked. Good night.
We're just,
Just falling asleep at the table. 'Cause, yeah, that episode was depressing. But it also made me. I was more awake than you. I was angry because I'm like, damn it, this could have been a good episode.
yeah.
Just stop the jokes. So let's see where we're going next time.
Let's see what's going on next week.
We are, well, I'll read 2 because we never know. So, episode 16, Death in Disguise. She might as well put a bullseye on her forehead. Diana steps between an industrialist and assassins.
Hmm.
And it's written by Tom Sawyer of Rush fame.
Well, today's Tom Sawyer,
Tom
he gets high on you.
That's
Space
right.
invades.
Yes. Anyway, and then episode 17, in case that one's a bust, we have Iraq is missing, not the country, but the computer. I'll never forget what's his name. The computer called Iraq fears digital thieves will steal its memory bank.
Bobby Peru, just like the country.
All right, well, let us know what you thought of these episodes. Are we wrong? Is the dude, the Dr. Shrinker wannabe in the Marlon Brando tube, is he actually the greatest villain that ever appeared on Wonder Woman?
Is Henry Gibson a comedic genius?
I know the answer to that one. And while you're down there, do all the YouTube things. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you don't miss a single video.
Right. If you're interested in megalomaniac villains, check out our Moonranker episodes, because you don't.
Yeah.
We'd love you to. So yeah, if you like villains like that.
Yes, if you like good Bond
villains, yes, watch those episodes. So,
all right, well, that's gonna wrap it up. This has been your 2 for 1.
Yep.
I'm Paul.
I'm Mark,
and this has been the wonderful world of Wonder Woman. Oh man, that episode was
yeah,
awful.